There was a time when Bonanza wasn't just another TV show but a weekly ritual, a moment when families gathered around their living rooms to watch the Cartwrights ride across the Ponderosa, and every actor who stepped onto that ranch became a familiar face to millions. Decades have passed since then, the cast has faded into history, and now only one man remains to carry the weight of that legendary legacy, Mitch Vogel. At first glance, many hardly recognize him, but his story runs deeper than most fans ever realized. As the last surviving cast member of one of television's greatest westerns, Mitch isn't just a name in the closing credits. He's the final living thread connecting us to a show that shaped American culture for more than a decade. What happened to him after the cameras stopped rolling is a story few have ever heard, a journey shaped not by fame but by quiet choices that slowly pulled him away from Hollywood's spotlight and toward an unexpected future. Long before he became the final echo of a beloved era, Mitch Vogel was a shy 10-year-old boy in Alhambra, California, born on January 17, 1956, stepping into the glow of stage lights through the characters of Tom Sawyer, Heidi, Peter Pan, and the whimsical world of Oz. These early roles weren't simple school plays. They were portals into bigger worlds where applause followed him from one small stage to the next. Between rising fame and ordinary school days at Heinz Kaiser Junior High in Costa Mesa and later Jordan Junior High in Burbank, Mitch lived in two overlapping realities: a rising young actor gaining attention faster than he could understand, and a quiet California boy wanting nothing more than to blend in. Hollywood arrived almost accidentally for him. At just 12, he joined Yours, Mine and Ours, 1968, with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda, cast not for experience but because his red hair and freckles made him look like Ball's real child. The following year, his role as Lucius McCaslin in The Reivers earned him a Golden Globe nomination, an achievement many adults chase for decades. Roles came quickly: westerns like Bonanza, The Virginian, Adam, 12, Here Come the Brides, Dundee and the Culhane, and dramatic turns in Gunsmoke, Little House on the Prairie, and Disney films like Menace on a Mountain and The Boy from Dead Man's Bayou. Yet it was Bonanza that truly defined him. What began as a guest appearance in 1968 transformed into something deeper when he returned 2 years later as Jamie Hunter, a lonely orphan searching for belonging. Mitch infused Jamie with a vulnerability far beyond his years, and his journey from mistrustful outsider to adopted Cartwright became one of the show's most emotionally powerful arcs. Behind the scenes, he found the family he never had: Lorne Greene, steady and generous; Michael Landon, a brilliant young actor quietly shaping himself into a writer and director; and Dan Blocker, the warm, down-to-earth giant whose humor and kindness filled the set. Mitch remembered the set not as a workplace but as the first place that ever felt like home, especially for a boy who grew up without a father. He carried those bonds into every memory: Landon learning editing late into the night, Blocker playing snooker in bib overalls with green Jell-O at his side, and the cast embracing him when Jamie was adopted on screen. He cherished his work on Gunsmoke as well, recalling James Arness's unwavering professionalism, though the family warmth of Bonanza remained unmatched. And then there was Steve McQueen, who treated him like a son during the filming of The Reivers. Mitch spent nights at McQueen's home, raced motorcycles at terrifying speeds, and was gifted a custom hand-painted minibike by McQueen on his 13th birthday, one of the most cherished moments of his young life. By the late 1970s, Mitch quietly stepped away from acting. In 1978, he left Hollywood, formed a rock band, married Christine Gillis in 1985, and raised 2 daughters, finding peace in music, church productions, and life far removed from stardom. Yet the Ponderosa always called him back. In 2002, he revisited the Bonanza Ranch for a Travel Channel special, later attending fan conventions and giving interviews that reconnected him with the show that shaped his youth. Even decades later, as he reflected in a 2017 interview, Mitch Vogel remained the final living bridge to a frontier that once captured America's heart, a gentle reminder of a time when television families felt like real ones, and of a boy who stepped into a legendary world and carried its warmth with him long after the cameras stopped rolling.